Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm Sadiq Ibrahim. I represent Fufore Song constituency. I'm from Adamawa State. Mr. Speaker, gauging the mood of this House, and from what everybody that spoke said on this floor, ordinarily, I should back down and support them. But, Mr. Speaker, I refuse. I am as strong as the rock of Gibraltar, and like Netanyahu, the whole world can be wrong. And I may be the only person that is right, even if I fail on this floor. Mr. Speaker, most of those who spoke before now are of the opinion or of the thinking that this money that will be raised are going to be raised from the common man. Mr. Speaker, this is a bond, and it is zero coupon. That means the investor is going to get interest, and he is also a shareholder in that company. Mr. Speaker, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is not going to lose one kobo from this investment. Number two, Mr. Speaker, most people do not know that the government of Nigeria owes 40% of the discourse and the GENCOs. In other words, we are investing in ourselves. Mr. Speaker, this is a highly technical undertaking. And the investors in this GENCOs and discourse are looking, they have already borrowed from offshore. And some of these investors may even come from offshore because I believe they know where to get this money. If we halt them from approaching investors from outside to come and invest in Nigeria, what are we doing? In other words, we are telling the world that we are not good for investment. Mr. Speaker, I have seen the sentiments expressed by my colleagues about poor man being robbed of money that he paid for electricity monthly and he doesn't get it. Mr. Speaker, let truth be told. How many of us pay electricity? How many of us pay for electricity? Mr. Speaker, how long shall we remain as a country that does not have a single factory that derives the economy and employ people? I'm not being laissez-faire person here. I'm also one of the legislators here who was elected by ordinary people to come here and represent their interests. But I don't believe that when you are faced with a situation, you throw your hands in the air and say, I have nothing to do. We have to do something. This is an industry that today generates less than, in fact, 3,000 megawatts. We all know that there has not been electricity in this country, especially in the last 1 month. And the situation is deteriorating. Why is it so? It is so because these companies will not be able to generate the electricity. Therefore, they are saying that, please, give us a chance to borrow money, generate this electricity, and transmit it for as long as you are going to pay for it. Mr. Speaker, if you remove telecommunication, electric generation brings more money than oil. Let us ask ourselves, this is a country of over 170 million people. Why are Americans and Europeans not interested in coming to invest here? Because they know that we don't pay. We consume, we don't pay. That is the problem. So, Mr. Speaker, I am not one of those who fold my arms and say that I have a problem, but I will not look for a solution. We are faced between the devil and the deep blue sea. We either salvage this company so that we will invest in it and let it generate electricity and power this country, or we fold our arms, hold them from getting money, and then we go deeper. I am not averse to investigating what monies have gone into the system already. No. Mr. Speaker, let us not hold them from borrowing, because zero coupon, you don't lose anything. You don't lose anything. So why are we saying that experts in this field? Let us invite the central bank. Let us invite the GENCOs and the DISCOs. Let us invite experts in this field to come and address us. I have no objection. I have no problem about that. But my problem is to hold them from getting the money when we are sinking, Mr. Speaker. Now, Mr. Speaker, I don't know whether most of us know that these GCOs and DENCOs bought these companies with their liabilities. Mr. Speaker, I may bold to tell you that today, these companies have paid 90% of the workers, of the former workers of electricity agency. Today, there are just 10% remaining to be paid. And these people are still paying. I'm not holding brief for them. What I'm saying is that we shouldn't say we will not do anything. We should investigate, I agree. But let us not prevent them from getting money from foreign investors who will come here and make this country work. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.